What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a terrific day. Today, I want to start and I want to talk about something that's going to be a little bit different, but I think it's going to be really good because I think that people are going to get a lot out of it. Um, I've always joked about saying, like, oh, my goal is to get onto bigger and better problems. Basically, talking in reference about how I want to get past tinnitus and I want to get onto other problems, more pressing problems. I'm not downplaying tinnitus and I'm not treating it as if it's this trivial situation. It definitely isn't. But when you recover from it, you look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe I allowed something as benign as a sound to cause me so much discomfort in my life. And so today I want to talk about what are those other problems that I'm referring to? What other problems? Because there are definitely things that I deal with that I believe are more difficult to live with than tinnitus. And I'm going to talk about specifically what exactly that is for me. So here's the thing about ADHD. Okay. It's a double edged sword. On one hand, it's helped me in so many ways. I remember, the relentless energy as a child, the inability to sit still, the struggle to complete homework or even read a book. ADHD has been a constant hurdle for me in my life and in my path. It's been a barrier for me to achieve many different things that I've dreamt about. But on the other hand, it has helped me with very in-depth creativity. It's been a gift. It's a distinctive perspective on the world that I might not have had I not had ADHD. And so, for those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed ADHD in the third grade, and education for me has just been a constant battle. It's been a constant struggle. If things don't interest me, it feels almost impossible to do them. Now, I know a lot of people out there are probably going to be thinking, well, why don't you just take medication? Why don't you? They have medication for that. Medication for me has had significant negative side effects. One, addiction. I get addicted to things. If they make me feel good, I will take too much of them. And you will probably think, well, why can't you exercise self-control, brother? When you have ADHD, you have to understand that you're a person with lower dopamine levels. So you're always craving to be high or drunk or something that makes you feel good. So imagine, okay, for example, and I'm going to talk about this later in this video. I'm getting off on a tangent, but I feel like I should just kind of go with it. So when you have ADHD, you have lower dopamine in your brain, okay? And so your brain is always craving dopamine. So it's as if you're always wanting to get high, smoke cigarettes, get drunk. You become hyper focused on things. There is no such thing as moderation to an ADHD person. They do everything. If they're going to eat one Oreo cookie, they'll eat the entire tray. If they're going to run 1 mile, they'll run 10 miles. They're either all or nothing. And that can be good if it's aimed at something that you're trying to get done. I don't know anybody that can outwork me if it's something that I'm really into. If it's something that doesn't interest me, forget it. It's not going to happen. So here is the thing. ADHD is linked to having lower amounts of dopamine in your brain, which means that my mind is constantly seeking that dopamine hit. This craving has led me down some tricky paths, smoking, drinking, impulsive behaviors, taking on too much risks, adrenaline. I would up and just move to a whole new city on a whim with no money because I was just bored. I've done some pretty crazy things in my life. I've had some pretty crazy ideas. Some have worked out, and I've done really well for myself because of those things that have paid off. Other things, not so much. And that's been the truth of it. My life is not stable and it's not consistent. It's, I take these big moves and I like sit down at a poker table and I'm like going all in with my chips at all the time. That's how it feels. That's what my life feels like. It's not. I wish it was more stable. I wish I could be stable. I don't know how to be stable. I don't know how to be consistent. I'm kind of an all or nothing type person. And I think people who are not me think that I'm making excuses for myself, or think that I'm trying to justify how I am. But I tell people this is how it is for me. It's so real. It feels so real, and it is very is very real, you know, to have these, these cravings for these dopamine hits. So anyway, these cravings can be intense, and they've made staying sober a constant battle throughout my entire life. Right now, I'm pretty sober. I think I had 1 cup of coffee today. I'll abuse caffeine. I'll abuse smoking. I'll be anything. I will abuse it. So it makes taking ADHD medicine very difficult. Well, for one, with the anxiety, I mean, you're literally taking amphetamines, Adderall, which I've abused in the past as well. I used to take there'd be times I would take 100 milligrams and stay up for days straight. Chain drink coffee. When I came down, I would literally have 240s of King Cobra, and I would just rip King Cobra, chain smoke cigarettes, and read philosophy. I would read Hitchens or something like that, and as I was coming down off a 3-day Adderall bender, or I would compose music or something like that. So that used to be me back when I was 19. So anyway, I don't want to get off topic, but even when it comes to creating content, like writing video scripts or doing courses or writing music, my brain often craves a dopamine high. And that's when I remind myself, it's not the craving that defines us, but it's how we choose to respond to it. When you're dealing with something like ADHD, I do think that thought journaling, cognitive behavioral therapy, and everything I talk about with tinnitus can't help. With ADHD, it's more specific. There is an actual physical problem in your brain. You actually don't have enough dopamine. That could be very hard with psychologically to kind of work through. You have to keep getting your dopamine up. So you see, the beauty of our human experience lies in our ability to choose how we choose to react to circumstances. Yes, my brain craves dopamine. Yes, it's challenging, but that doesn't mean I have to succumb to the harmful behaviors. Instead, I can channel this energy into positive and creative outlets that not only provide the dopamine my brain seeks, but also contribute to my growth as an individual and as a creator. Which is ironically why I started this channel, is because I get a dopamine hit when I read the comments. I get a dopamine hit when a video does really well. Even the negative comments give me a dopamine hit. I actually probably prefer reading those because I'm like, wow, someone took the time to hate, which is, you've really triggered a very serious emotion in people when they take the time to construct a hateful comment. That's almost more of a compliment than a positive comment, because you're like, wow, I'm onto something. What is the quote? If you seek to do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Essentially, if you want to try and avoid criticism, you might as well just say nothing. People will never know you even existed. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here, but this has been my journey, learning to harness this energy, not as a detriment, but as a strength. Yes, I have ADHD, but ADHD doesn't have me. It's a part of me, but it's not my entirety. I choose to rise above it, just like I chose to rise above tinnitus and anxiety. And I choose to push through the challenges, to channel my creativity into making the world a better place. So if you're out there and you're struggling with ADHD or another condition, remember this: you are not alone. Now, we are in this together, truly. And remember that you are not defined by your condition, okay? And that within you is the power to transcend, to channel your unique energy into something truly magnificent. That's the power of the human spirit. It is an indomitable. There's nothing like it. I do believe in the power of manifestation. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in the power of putting our entire being into something that we want to see happen. And I love the quote. I'm not sure who said it. Maybe you can quote me on it, but it says, give me a man, mankind, man or woman, give me a man who is completely confident and completely naive and success is certain. I think there's something very special about not knowing the odds, right? We can just kind of surprise ourselves, right? Like if you didn't know it was impossible to go climb that mountain, you may succeed in actually doing it. You know, there's so many people that try to convince us out of what we're doing. Like, and I do this to myself, and it's like, notice like when my thought journaling, like I have so much to learn, so much to learn. And a lot of times I'm preaching to myself here, but I write down my thoughts. I'm like, well, why can't I do something great because I have ADHD? Why can't I? Why can't I work around the things that are bothering me? Why can't I learn to adapt and get to a place where like, you know, this doesn't hold me hostage like it once did? And that I think is very powerful. You know, I'm not going to be able to like not have ADHD. It is what it is. I have it. But that doesn't mean I can't do anything great. It doesn't mean I can't make videos. I can't impact the world. I can't say something. I can't have a legacy. Absolutely I can. And maybe that will be my legacy, is helping people with things that I at one point needed help with. Anyway, you have the strength to resist harmful cravings and replace them with healthy habits. You can redefine your story as I've chosen to redefine mine. And here's the thing, I'm going to be addicted. I'm going to crave dopamine. But where am I going to get it at? Right now, I woke up today. I had a workout in at 6 a.m. and I took a cold shower. And that cold showers boost dopamine. Working out boosts dopamine. You know, I'm going to crave it no matter what. I just need to get it from positive things like working out, taking cold showers, doing yoga, socializing, making videos, stuff like that, stuff that's actually impactful. But I'm going to be addicted. I'm an addict. It is what it is. I am an addict. It's just, I can be addicted to healthy things. I don't have to be addicted to unhealthy things. I think that for me is the revelation, is knowing yourself. So anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. Thank you so much. If you like this kind of content, you enjoy watching my journey, I encourage you to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and maybe share this video with someone you know who has ADHD. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace.